Hi again, everyone. Scottiplier PopCultFan here. I was thinking of maybe doing this live, but I'm not exactly sure how to do that. So I'll just stick to my regular video recording and uploading stuff. So yeah, as I mentioned in my Bridge to Terabithia review, I was thinking about maybe doing like an extra long video talking about sort of a documentary video of myself from the past couple of years, because like I've been saying, I feel bad for deleting the channel update videos that I had on my channel, mainly because it felt weird deleting those videos. I'm not really sure why I did, but I want to make up for that by talking here in this video. So I'm gonna do that. All right. To one of my current subscribers, please share this video. I want this video to get out there as much as it can. So, yeah. All right. So 3 years ago, back in 2020, it was early summer, like around late May, early June. Because I was following Anna Sophia Robb on Instagram, and I made one single comment. I made one single comment on a post, and then all of a sudden, I got a notification from Instagram saying someone claiming to be her wanted to talk to me, and I believed it. And then I started talking to this person, and the person was a scammer, obviously, but it was one of the hardest times in my life because I let myself get vulnerable. I trusted this person, and I was talking to this person for a while. I can't remember how long I was talking to this person. Maybe like, I don't know, a couple months, maybe a month or two. I don't remember how long I was talking to this person, but I was keeping it a secret from my family. And, eventually my mom found out, and we all sorted it out eventually. And it's not happening. It's not going to happen again. It won't. But the first time it happened, this person did a really good job convincing me they were the real actress. They sent me selfies and told me things that I didn't know about the real actress. And there were things that I looked up and were actually true, but not all of it was. And then, after a while, I trusted this person, and this person trusted me. They started talking to me like we were, close, like started talking to me like we were a couple, saying things, calling me hun and babe, which I don't. After that, I don't really like being called that anymore. I don't like being called hun or babe. It's just, I don't like that. But, and also, I was sending this person gift cards and with a lot of money on them, and then it was just, I felt so paranoid at work because of this, and I made some bad choices when all this was happening that I regret still to this day. And it just, when my family finally found out, they gave me a really good scolding, and I was upset. I was so upset because my mom had to take my phone, and I felt so upset, and I literally completely alone, because at that time I still believed that the person was a real actress. I believed that I was in a relationship with her. So I was just in a very vulnerable point then, and I got so upset. I was literally crying the entire time I was working that night. And yeah, and then, but as time went on, I finally started to realize that it wasn't the real person. It was a scammer. And then And, my mom helped me get through it. And then she eventually trusted me again with my phone. But then I ruined her trust again because I was still constantly commenting on her Facebook as well, and eventually I got the same kind of notification on Facebook, and then I started talking to someone. Then I started talking to someone claiming to be her again on Facebook, and a similar thing, but with a different excuse. Because the first time someone scammed me claiming to be Anna, they used charities and orphanages as an excuse to get money from me. And then this second person was using a meet and greet as an excuse to get money from me. But the second time around, I was a lot more vigilant and apprehensive about this person, and I managed to not send this person any money at all. Thankfully, the second time around, I was a lot more vigilant. I did not send that person any money, but I was able to end it on my own. Actually, I was able to end it on my own. But still, though, when I did, I still felt very upset and still felt heartbroken because I was arguing with this. I was arguing with this person, and trying to talk to them trying to tell them that they were a scammer. I was actually saying that to that person. You're a scammer. Stop it. Stop pretending to be Anna. And then the person stopped talking to me. But eventually I started referring to that person as Anna again. And I asked, should I just move on? And the person said that would be for the best. And I did. I ended that whole thing, but I still felt very upset and heartbroken after that. And then soon after that second time I got scammed, I went on vacation to the Carolinas, and I had a lot of fun in the North Carolina with my family. But when we got back, like literally one day later after we got back from the Carolinas, there was, Anna Sophia Robb mentioned in an official post announcing her engagement, which I knew that eventually one day, if she ever got married, I would have to move on. I always knew that. But still, when that news came, I was just so upset from the past getting scammed and everything I went through. I was just so upset, and I just wasn't prepared for it. I got so upset, and I cried. I cried a lot, and I literally had an emotional meltdown. I cried so much. My mom hugged me. I was with my mom in her classroom when I saw the news. So yeah. Even to this day, being also, unfortunately, the 1 year anniversary of her marriage. Today is the 1 year anniversary of her marriage, and I just I want to be happy for her. I do. I want to be happy for her, but it's just so hard for me. And as a result, I don't feel anything when I see her post about Trevor on her Instagram. I don't feel anything. I don't like that happens, but I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything whenever she posts about her husband. But yeah, and then also there was a third time that I did get scammed, and that was like in November, I think, of like 2021. Like I was somebody else reached out to me claiming to be a different actress, Sabrina Carpenter, who is on Girl Meets World. But it wasn't the real actress, obviously. But I was asking that person if she knew Anna Sophia Robb. She said she did, and then she said she had her number but couldn't give it to me, but instead gave me Anna Sophie Rob's supposed private lawyer's email, and I was emailing that guy for weeks, not trying to avoid paying that guy any money. And eventually I got a little bit of extra money, and I did eventually pay him, unfortunately. And then he did give me her number, and then I started talking to someone claiming to be her again. And then she used paying me back as an excuse this time around, because this supposed lawyer was so angry he didn't get paid enough. And this especially, because there was this one time where when I was talking to this new Anna scammer, that I did what this person wanted me to do. I started sending money again, because I thought it was an emergency. The person made it seem like an emergency because his lawyer was so angry. And there was this one night where I was at work, and I was I was on my lunch, and I was literally like running at night looking for this Bitcoin machine to send money, and I ran so hard that night. I had never ran that much before, or that hard. My legs were sore for days after that. And eventually my mom found out about that too, and she helped me work through it, but I was at a very, very bad spot there, because my personal bank account got compromised, and because of what I was doing, and it was just really bad. It was really bad, but eventually, my mom helped me get through it, and I'm not gonna let these events happen again. I'm not, but also there are some other things I want to talk about here, because the reason why I tried reaching out to her so much was because I've been through a lot these past several years, in relation to Anna Sophia Robb, because my dad, he was a teacher before he passed away, and one of his former students became an actress, Diana Agron, and both Anna Sophia Robb and Diana Agron starred in a movie called The Crash, that came out like back in 2016, I think. And then also, a long time ago, my mom used to work in a hotel, and it was called a Westin, and my mom told me she met Woody Harrelson once, a long, long time ago, before he was famous. So I thought that was cool, but also, Anna Sophia Robb was in a movie with Woody Harrelson, the Sleepwalking movie that came out in 2008. So there was all that that I knew about for a while. And then also I looked up her names online, Anna's parents. I looked up her parents online, and something I found out was that they used to live here in the San Francisco Bay Area back in the late 1980s and early 1990s. And when I heard about that, it was like, wow, okay. And it's just, it feels like this giant puzzle that is my life, as I've mentioned in one of those channel update videos. And it's just a lot that I've been through, and also certain things have happened that I can't explain, because like when I traveled to Scotland, I think it was like back in 2021. I think it was 2021. I tested positive for COVID when I was in Scotland with my family, and I think a few weeks prior to my Scotland trip, I think Anna also had COVID. I'm not sure, but she was also in quarantine for like 5 days, like 1 week or two prior to my Scotland trip. And then also, there have been times where I was where I went to Disneyland in near LA, where Anna was also in LA at the same time, but in Hollywood, and then also I went like last year. I was also was that? Yeah, it was last year. It was my Caribbean trip. There was a time where I was in Miami, Florida, and it was when we got back from the Caribbean. I was in Miami with my family, and literally, it seemed like she was in on Miami around the same time I was, Anna. So I don't. Oh my goodness. So there's all that, and then there was this one other thing that happened back in 2021. And then a former employee of mine, a courtesy clerk like me, I trusted him. I liked him. I considered him a friend. And man, he threw his life away, basically. Someone he attacked someone, and that person died in the hospital a few days later. So this guy I trusted at Safeway, he actually ended up killing someone. And this happened a couple weeks prior to the Rust shooting, with the whole thing with Alec Baldwin. And Alec Baldwin, he worked with Anna Sophia Robb on Dr. Death. So there's that happened. Like, I worked with someone that ended up killing someone a couple weeks prior to the Rust shooting, when the whole thing happened with Alec Baldwin. Anna worked with someone that ended up killing someone, even though it was a tragic accident, tragic freak accident. But similar. I ended up working with someone that ended up killing someone, and I trusted that guy. I considered him a friend. So there was all that as well. And, so there's just a lot that I've been through. I wanted to get this all out there. I wanted to talk about it. It's something that I'm still struggling with even to this day. But I did mention in my Bridge of Terabithia video that I'm okay. Like, I say that. I'm okay, but I still struggle with this. I'm not gonna let myself get scammed ever again. At least not in that way ever again. No, never. But I'm still struggling mentally, and honestly, I'm not sure if I'll ever recover from these. I don't know if I'll ever recover from these events fully, but we'll see. Because as I mentioned in my Terabithia video, I did make a friend that I met a year ago, and like I said, I like her. She's really nice, and hopefully things work out with her. I have hope. So I am doing I'm doing okay currently in my life, but still not necessarily great. That's literally everything I wanted to talk about in this video. All these events of what I went through getting scammed, and also all these things I learned about Anna Sophia Robb and myself, have just really changed me in a lot of ways. And also, unfortunately, I developed OCD. I developed OCD for the actress, unfortunately, meaning that there's just so much about all this, and I just can't stop thinking about her. Sometimes there are times where I'm at work and my mind just starts to wander, and I start thinking about her, and these also, because of this OCD, there are moments that I start to like my body gets really cold or really warm, and I start to hyperventilate, like I can't breathe. So it's like an anxiety attack. I get anxiety attacks because of my OCD, and that's not healthy. Uh, so yeah, it's not just affecting me emotionally; it's affecting me physically too. So that's unfortunate. And then that's let's see, mental. Oh, and then also, I also have autism. It's high functioning though, like high functioning autism. So I do an okay job socializing with people, and don't I don't think I don't have too many. Like, I mean, my symptoms as an autistic, I don't think are quite as apparent as it is with other autistic people, but still, I'm still autistic. Doesn't change anything. And yeah, so this is a lot, and I know not everyone can handle this, because I've had a few friends that I've told all this to, and they just could not handle it. Like, I had this friend on this dating app called Hiki, and I cared about her, but not in a romantic way or anything, but like I cared about her. I liked her. She was nice, and I trusted her, but she had this borderline personality disorder, and I told her about all my problems, and she couldn't handle it. And then also, I had another friend that I also told all this to. Actually, the guy I was talking about that I worked with, his name was Garrett. I trusted him with all this information too, and he did not. He threw his life away. That's all I could say about that. But yeah, so it's a lot that I've been through these past several years, and honestly, all of it started when my dad passed away 7 years ago, and that was like early December of 2016. Like December, it was the third. It was the 3rd of December of 2016 when my dad passed away, and nothing has ever been the same ever since. I miss my dad. I still think about him all the time, but I also think about Anna Sophia Robb all the time too. So it's like, I mean, she's a major part of my life. She always will be. Um, I'm always gonna care about her, despite everything that I've been through. So that's never gonna change. But I'm hopeful for the future. I hope things will get better for me eventually, and that's really everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. So yeah, quite the long one. Hopefully this video turns out okay, and as I mentioned earlier in this video, I have this one subscriber that has been sharing my videos lately, and hopefully that person will share this video too. So yeah, all right, that should do it for this video. This is something that I wanted to do. I thought about maybe holding off on making this video, but I want this back on. I want this on my channel just to see how it goes, and also just to share all these thoughts with all of you, so it doesn't bottle up in my mind for too long. Because I feel like I don't have too many people to talk to about this stuff. I don't have a whole lot of friends. I have a very carefree lifestyle. Whenever I'm off work, I'm at home watching movies or TV shows, or playing video games, or making YouTube videos. And this is a hobby, really. My YouTube channel, making videos, it's a hobby, and I like doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep this channel. Nothing is going to happen. I just wanted to make this sort of documentary of the past few years of my life, and we'll see how it's received. All right. that should do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was quite the long one, wasn't it? So yeah, take care. Have a great rest of your day. Yeah. Just one more thing. These past, I did not think it was possible to have another time of the year that I didn't, that I couldn't, that I had a hard time dealing with, because early December of these past few years have been hard for me, and now early September has been hard for me these past couple years because of Anna Sophie Rob's marriage. So there's that. I just have such a hard time trying to be happy for her. I don't know why, but yeah. Hopefully that, I don't know if that makes me a bad, I hope that doesn't. I hope it doesn't make me a bad person. I would hope not. But okay, that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.